Melody of the Night by Jessica Brooke. Reveling in the moon's natural beauty, the glow surrounding the nearby trees, as I contemplate the wonder of nature, I breathe in the crisp night air. Relaxing in the rapture of the evening, melody begins to play within. A song, pure and true, I begin to melt in the ecstasy of the night. As the tune progresses, soothing my spirit, I am one with the trees and the grass, utterly and completely at peace.
This is a song I wrote called Don't just let the days go by. You gotta lift your eyes up to the sky. You still believe. Don't just sit and mope around. Get up on your feet and don't be kept down. You can believe that hope lies in all you believe in. Believe when it's strong can't be defeated. Hope lies in all you believe in. Believe in yourself, what God created. Don't just see the world as wrong. You gotta do what's right, and if you don't belong, you still believe. And don't just quit and walk away. Your effort shows results every day, and you can't believe that hope lies in all you believe in. Believe when its truth can't be defeated. Hope lies in all you believe in. Believe in yourself, what God created, what He created. 'Cause hope lies in all you believe in. Believe in yourself can be defeated. Hope lies in all you believe in. Believe in yourself, for God's creation.
Three days before 20-year-old Adam Lanza killed his mother, then opened fire on a classroom full of Connecticut kindergartners, my 13-year-old Michael missed his bus because he was wearing the wrong colored pants. "I can wear these pants," he said, his tone increasingly belligerent, the black hole pupils of his eyes swallowing the blue irises. "They are navy blue," I told him. "Your school's dress code said black or khaki pants only." "They told me I could wear these," he insisted. "You're a stupid bitch. I can wear whatever pants I want to. This is America. I have rights." "You can't wear whatever pants you want to," I said, my tone affable, reasonable. "And you definitely cannot call me a stupid bitch. You're grounded from electronics for the rest of the day. Now get in the car and I'll take you to school." I live with a son who is mentally ill. I love my son, but he terrifies me. A few weeks ago, Michael pulled a a knife and threatened to kill me and then himself after I asked him to return overdue library books. His 7- and 9-year-old siblings knew the safety plan. They ran to the car and locked the doors before I even asked them to. I managed to get the knife from Michael, then methodically collected all the sharp objects in the house into a single Tupperware container that now travels with me. Throughout it all, he continued to scream insults at me and threaten to kill or hurt me. That conflict ended with 3 burly police officers and a paramedic wrestling my son onto a gurney for an expensive ambulance ride to the local ER. The mental hospital didn't have any beds that day, and Michael calmed down nicely in the ER. So they sent us home with a prescription for Zyprexa and a follow-up visit with a local pediatric psychiatrist. We still don't know what's wrong with Michael. Autism spectrum, ADHD, oppositional defiant, or intermittent explosive disorder have all been tossed around at various meetings with probation officers and social workers and counselors and teachers and school administrators. He's been on a slew of antipsychotics and mood-altering pharmaceuticals and a Russian novel of behavioral plans. Nothing seems to work. At the start of 7th grade, Michael was accepted to an accelerated program for the highly gifted in math and science. His IQ is off the charts. When he's in a good mood, he will gladly bend your ear on subjects ranging from Greek mythology to the difference between Einsteinian and Newtonian physics to Doctor Who. He's in a good mood most of the time, but when he's not, watch out. And it's impossible to predict when and what will set him off. Several weeks into his new junior high school, Michael began exhibiting increasingly odd and threatening behaviors at school. We decided to transfer him to the district's most restrictive behavioral program, a contained school environment where children who can't function in normal classrooms can access their right to free public babysitting from 7:30 to 1:50, Monday through Friday until they turn 18. The morning of the pants incidents, Michael continued to argue with me on the drive. He would occasionally apologize and seem remorseful. Right before we turned into the school parking lot, he said, "Look, Mom, I'm sorry. Can I have video games back today?" No way, I told him. You cannot act that way like you acted this morning and think you can get electronic privileges back that quickly. His face turned cold and his eyes were full of calculated rage. "Then I'm going to kill myself," he said. "I'm going to jump out of this car right now and kill myself." That was it. After the knife incident, I told him that if he ever said those words again, I would take him straight to the mental hospital, no ifs, ands, or buts. I did not respond except to pull the car into the opposite lane, turning left instead of right. "Where are you taking me?" he said, suddenly worried. "Oh, where are we going?" "You know where we're going," I replied. "No, you can't do that to me. You're sending me to hell. You're sending me straight to hell." I pulled up in front of the hospital, frantically waving for one of the clinicians who happened to be standing outside. "Call the police," I said. "Hurry." Michael was in a full-blown fit by then, screaming and hitting. I hugged him close so he wouldn't escape out of the car. He hit me several times and repeatedly jabbed his elbows into my rib cage. I'm still stronger than he is, but I won't be for much longer. The police came quickly and carried my son screaming and kicking into the bowels of the hospital. I started to shake and tears filled my eyes as I filled out the paperwork. Were there any difficulties with? At what age did your child? Were there any problems with? Has your child ever experienced? Does your child have? At least we have insurance now. I recently accepted a position with a local college, giving up my freelance career because when you have a kid like this, you need benefits. You will do anything for benefits. No insurance plan will cover this kind of thing. For days, my son insisted that I was lying, that I made the whole thing up so that I could get rid of him. The first day when I called to check on him, he said, "I hate you," and I'm going to get revenge as soon as I get out of here. By the third day, he was my calm, sweet boy again, all apologies and promises to get better. I've heard those promises for years. I don't believe them anymore. On the intake form, under the question, "What are your expectations for treatment?" I wrote, "I need help." And I do. The problem is far too big for me to handle on my own. Sometimes there are no good options. So you just pray for grace and trust that in hindsight, it will all make sense. I'm sharing this story because I am Adam Lanza's mother. I am Dylan Kleebok's mother and Eric Harris's mother. I am James Holmes' mother. I am Jared Lofter's mother. I am Soong Hao Cho's mother. And these boys and their mother need help. In the wake of another horrific national tragedy, it's easy to talk about guns, but it's time to talk about mental illness. Thank you.
Hope. People with mental illness have hope. Hope that more people will understand mental illness. Hope that people with mental health issues will be treated just like other people. Hope to get respect and dignity by others. Hope that they can be like everyone else. In the end, we all have hope. Thank you.
That song called "We." It's a song I wrote about Unity. Actually, I wrote it in 2000 for Black History Month. I was asked to write a song after I'd done a performance at the Bud Poetry. It's actually the first time I ever opened up and just did my works. Anyway, the song's called "We." We is the name that stands for all of us, and we are brothers, all of us. Yes, we must wash away what's behind and wash the hatred out of our minds, 'cause we must survive, 'cause we must survive. You, the individual part of the answer, and you, We must wash away what's behind and wash the hatred out of our minds. 'Cause we must survive. 'Cause we must survive.
It comes from reaching deep inside, beyond the fear, beyond the pride. Where does the healing come? The true recovery. It comes from reaching out of love, being all that we can be.
As I reflect upon my life, the struggles that I have worked through, the strength that I have gained, I believe that there is hope for me to live the life I want to live and share the love I have to give.
Where does the healing come? It comes from you and me. It comes from reaching deep inside, beyond the fear, beyond the pride. Where does the healing come? The true recovery. It comes from reaching out with love, being all that we can be.
The beauty of recovery is realizing where I've been and pushing forward with my dreams. Yes, this journey takes a lifetime, but if you join me, you will see that together we are free.
Where does the healing come? It comes from you and me. It comes from reaching deep inside, beyond the fear, beyond the pride. Where does the healing come? The true recovery. It comes from reaching out in love, being all that we can be. Where does the healing come? We are the Free at Last players.
Thank you very much. It's been a great audience. At this point, we're going to be opening the floor for a broader discussion. Fits in perfectly in the way with the main needs we use. Excuse me. The way we usually like to end our shows. Our shows are very thought-producing, so we're going to have some panelists come up here, and we're going to see if people have any questions or comments for the panel.
This looks more formal than it needs to be, so just wanted to have some time for Q&A, any questions or comments that you'd like to have. Thank you very much for another beautiful performance. And I'm just standing here to call.
Thank you all very much. It's wonderful. I'm from the town of Middletown. I moved here a year ago. My name's Helen Everard. And I was in the hospital 2 years ago for major depression. May I add that I wish you had advertised this a little bit more. I found out about it through a friend who saw it somehow on Facebook, but somehow maybe, well anyway, that's besides the point, but
Thank you.
yes, but that's
good feedback.
coming.
We try to do what we can.
Yes, I understand. May I suggest the Middletown patch the online paper? It wasn't on the patch. Anyway, thank you all very much. I was hospitalized and I've been diagnosed as depressed for 25 years. Your performances and statements will leave with tears. I'm a very educated woman. I do want to say that I have been blogging on the patch for the last year about mental issues. And one of my favorite blogs, mine, is when I blogged about the words compassion and empathy. And I blogged about words. And it was funny because I looked into compassion and empathy, and that led me to pity. And I looked up those definitions in the Oxford English Dictionary. And it didn't matter what was said about compassion, empathy, and pity, which we hear a lot about now with Newtown. Oh, we have to empathy, and oh, this, and that's big in the judicial system and the you know, people in prison, oh, they don't have empathy and this and that and compassion. However, the common words in the definitions of those three words were share and understand the suffering and misfortunes of others. No matter what you look at those definitions, those were the common themes. Share and understand the misfortune and sufferings of others. And yes, you know what I mean, my fellow sufferers. And I want to just emphasize that because so many times when I was in the hospital, I thought, I wish I wanted to have breast cancer. I wanted to have breast cancer because I would get the cards and the phone calls and the visits. I'm one of the few people in here with gray hair, okay? My family abandoned me except for my 2 children. And I wanted cancer because when you have cancer or when you had a heart attack, people share in your misfortune, in your suffering. They call you up. They send you a card. They send you flowers. When you've lost your home, and you've lost your money, and you've lost your retirement, and you've lost your health insurance, and you're in the hospital for depression on a voluntary basis, everybody runs away. So, yeah, again, I wanted to share that with the audience in general. You're very young, most of you. Please, those words, share and understand the misfortunes and sufferings of others. Thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you.
What inspires you to create such a performance? Like, we're like learning about these different things in our classrooms, and I know for me it takes a lot for me to hear some of the different mental illnesses based upon just knowing other friends and family members. So what encourages you to come out and share these thoughts with us?
Speak up.
Sometimes it's personal experience, other times it's hearing about things through other people that have personal experiences.
Well, this is a rare place for me where I can just talk openly about my experience with mental illness. And there are very few places I can do that. And this is one of them.
For me, I mean, I've got nowhere to share what I've got. My songs, I can't share them with you. Who am I going to sing to? Who wants to hear the things I got? I have no outlet. I mean, just like a lot of these people, I mean, the gift is inside of us to perform, and it's something that we want to do, but, I mean, even before, I was skeptical. When I met Joe Millis, who first founded this company, or this Imperial Esclair, back 15 years ago. 21 years ago. Well, I met him 15 years ago. But, I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I was in Veterans Home and Hospital, and I was just seeking help. I mean, I had no idea that I had a gift that other people could get help from me. But then I learned that just by me opening up, that I did help others. I mean, for whatever that's worth. And helping others actually helped me in return. You know, there's a lot of good people that have gifts that have no outlet for those gifts because there's nothing to outlet to. The Three Last Players has given me an outlet. Albeit, I live in Texas now, and I'm kind of wondering why. I mean, this is the only outlet I've ever had for what I've been given. And when I'm not here, I don't express myself. I think that the world itself has issues that need to be worked on, mental illness and issues like this woman expressed those words, caring about others. I mean, I think there's a lot of caring in those people. And even in the young man who did the awful deeds, there's a lot of caring inside him. He didn't know how to get it out. And I don't know.
I mean, I just feel like organizations like us, there should be more of us. I mean, really, I wish there was.
Yeah, I'd like to add something as far as venues to share things like this. There are venues out there. I think the reason that people aren't aware of them is because of the stigma. Stigma is still a huge force in this whole world. And the woman in the audience here earlier talked about it. You know, you have a heart attack or you have cancer, and people send you flowers and baked dinners and commiserate with you. If you have a mental illness, they run. And that's because of the stigma. And certainly the free at last players do what they do, I think, partially to try to erase some of that stigma, and I applaud them for their efforts. They do a wonderful job. Organizations such as NAMI also spend a lot of time advocating for folks with mental illness and trying to erase the stigma so that people will not feel isolated and will not live in the shadows. Specifically, there are places in this state, psychosocial clubhouses, Team Time, Bridge House, and Oral House, and Maura, what's the one here in Middletown? Gillian. Yeah.